So welcome to This Cycling Live. Today I'm delighted to be joined by Gabriele Mirra, who is the Italian CEO of an organization called Pedalitaly. Pedalitaly has emerged as one of the most innovative developers of online events in the world of virtual cycling, partnering together with Rouvy to run a whole series of races this year that have attracted a lot of attention internationally. So, Gabriele Mirra, welcome to you. And maybe you could just give a quick introduction to yourself and to talk to us about how you've moved in your business from running physical events and tours into this world of virtual cycling.
Hi, good morning. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys. Well, this is a great question. I should go back a few months. We had just got back from delivering our kickoff bike tour season, the amazing Strade Bianche bike tour around Siena in Tuscany, when, as you know, government authority announced that the whole country was being put in lockdown. It was March. So nobody was expecting such drastic measures. So all we could do is fasten our seatbelts, put our thinking caps on, and start imagining a new future. Frankly talking, during those complicated days, I always had in mind a phrase from Einstein. The crisis is the greatest blessing for people and the nations because the crisis brings progress, and creativity is born from a dark moment. So we start imagining a new idea.
And Gabriele, with that, because I mean, you come from these physical events, right?
Yeah,
and you know, so much of part of the experience, because I've been to Italy many times, you know, I've ridden in Tuscany, I've ridden on the Stelvio. I mean, and that experience for me as an Australian is really amazing. And actually that was one of the things that I found a little bit less enjoyable or difficult with the world of virtual cycling, because honestly, I'm not too inspired by racing in a cartoon world or a computer generated world. So how did you actually come to, you know, this idea that actually you could give an experience very close to the real life experience by using real video, which is what you do? So was that early on in your thinking, or did that just come through looking at different platforms and ideas?
Frankly talking, we had lots of brainstorming, and at a certain moment we had one of those light bulb moments, because in that moment, if people couldn't come to Italy, we had to find the solution to bring Italy around the world. So the answer seemed to be virtual cycling in Italy. As you know, 2020 will be remembered as the year of the boom for indoor sports.
And was that because, again, you know, I've now raced several Pedalitaly events, and I've been really blown away by the amazing video. And so can you talk a little bit about why you decided to work with Rouvy as a partner? Because, you know, I have used the other, as I said, computer generated kind of platforms. However, for me, Rouvy is unique because for those people listening who haven't seen Rouvy before, you are an avatar on the screen, like as you would be on some of the other platforms like Zwift. However, the environment that you're racing in is real to life video footage. Can you talk about that, how that connection with Rouvy started, and why you decided that they were the right partner for you?
Frankly talking, Pedalitaly is realized leveraging on two different platforms. One, as you mentioned before, is a cycling platform, and then we have also an entertainment platform. So the cycling platform is Rouvy. As you know, it is one of the Zwift's competitors, but unlike the Californian video game, let me say, it's an app that uses augmented reality and offers sensation as close as possible to reality, because it gives cyclists the chance to ride from the comfort of their own on real roads, produced with high quality videos and GPS files. So frankly talking, this is the main reason why we decided to select Rouvy instead of other platform, because in the real video, as you know, Rouvy inserts graphic elements or augmented reality elements such as avatars, road signs, advertising billboards. So that's the reason, the main reason why we decided to operate our Pedalitaly project through the Rouvy platform.
Yeah, as I said, I mean, I've experienced several of your races. I mean, last week the Mortidolo climb for me was amazing. I mean, the being on the real road of the Mortidolo and seeing the surrounding countryside, the blue sky, it's really impressive. And then on Sunday, as you know, I raced the Imola World Championship Circuit. That was the event that Pedalitaly did in partnership with DJ 100. And I'll insert some video in, you can see it here during the interview. But, you know, for me to be racing on exactly the same climb with the same painted words on the road as Alaphilippe, and in fact, I attacked on the same climb that Alaphilippe attacked on during that video. For me, Gabriele, that was a very special experience. Can you talk to us a little bit about, you know, who are your customers here? I mean, is it predominantly Italian audience? Are you seeing and have a plan for a more international audience? How is that going to evolve for you?
Yeah, well, we are very excited as with this kind of digital concepts, we'll be able to reach a very big number of passionate cyclists around the world. Also, let me say, also those that have never had chance to visit our beautiful country, so-called the Bel Paese. But this is just the main target. The real big opportunity from my point of view is to reach a wider international audience, the one who is simply interested in having a virtual travel experience in Italy from the comfort of their home, enjoying an hour of relaxation and entertainment. The opportunity is to see these formats not only as sports, but also as as entertainment formats.
Yeah, that's something I should mention. I mean, that was something that really blew me away actually during my races in the last weeks, was there was live commentary. I mean, you had professional, like, people who are TV commentators commentating on the race. So for me, it was very exciting. And then afterwards, I looked at Facebook and I was really blown away by the number of people who were watching that live stream. So not only were it the hundreds of cyclists who were competing, there were also thousands of people actually watching their friends, their husbands, their wives, their brothers and sisters racing. So that for me was a real amazing experience. And then the other thing definitely that I saw on the Mortadella ride, on the Imola ride, was how you also brought in some information about the region, about the history, about the architecture, about the food. So again, for me, that was a very different experience to what I've had on some of these other, animated platforms, because for me, it was like racing and learning and getting immersed in the culture. So can you talk to us a little bit about that? I mean, for you, what can this platform bring maybe over and above even a physical experience?
Yes, sure. Jamie, this is a very key point for us, because as I told before, we are creating a format with the cycling platform and with an entertainment platform. So regarding the entertainment platform, we have developed a sophisticated technology which, in parallel with the cycling session on Rouvy, allows each participant in an e-race or virtual tour to access a wide range of thematic contents in live streaming and or recorded that make an extremely rich, engaging, and let me say, immersive cycling experience. So the platform is also equipped with professional video direction and moderation to better engage the connected participants. So just to summarize, thanks to the cycling platform, so the Rouvy platform, the cyclists from their own home pedal virtually immersed along real roads in the most beautiful places in Italy during an e-race or a virtual tour. And thanks to the entertainment platform, the cyclist is connected with the other participants and can enjoy thematic content that enriches the cycling experience, making it a real virtual guided tour or a real race, as you experimented.
Yeah, but the other thing, Gabriele, of course, and I mean, for me, that was amazing. I was kind of suffering at certain times. So I have to say, at certain points, I wasn't exactly watching the segments about the architecture and the food. I was more focusing on my Garmin and my power numbers. But of course, the other thing here is because you are working also with tourism authorities, right? In Trentino, in Sardinia, in other regions. And for me, watching, I was thinking, wow, like the Tour Down Under, for example, it's cancelled in January. I was thinking, my goodness, this could be a virtual Tour Down Under, because what you did, for example, with the Imola World Circuit, could happen in any country in the world. So for me, that was very interesting. But of course, the other thing was on Sunday, which I think you were also a little bit surprised about when I told you about that later, is that I had my coach online. So I was racing, I was on the Imola World Championship circuit, but at the same time, my coach had joined me in a Zoom call. That's Alan Davis, the former professional. And Alan was coaching me during the race. And again, this is an experience which is over and above what is possible in the real world. Because in the real world, if I need coaching from Alan in real time, he has to be following behind me in a car or on a motorbike. So yeah, I was very impressed with that. And I'll actually put a link at the end of this video to what we did there, because we captured the entire race, including Alan's coaching, including the immersive experience of the roads. It was really amazing. So, Gabriele, how do you see this evolving in the future? Where do you think Pedalitaly is going to go, and where do you think this truly immersive experience will take us in the future?
There is, in my point of view, there is massive room for the e-Gran Fondos and competitions to grow. These kind of virtual events give passionate cyclists the chance to stay connected and keep their fire inside burning, the adrenaline pumping. Just imagine you have booked your race bib to participate in the Sportful Dolomites race, but there are still 6 months to go before the actual event takes place. Your adrenaline is already pumping, you want to test the route, then you receive an email from Pedalitaly to take part in the virtual Sportful Dolomites race. You participant will find yourself cycling virtually on the same route that you will be taking on in 6 months. In 6 months. In my point of view, it's going to be amazing, Jamie, and we are already experimenting it as you know. We just launched the number of virtual Gran Fondos for November, and we have thousands of subscribers. What else? I can just say that this is a new exciting game, and we learn more step by step. And
no, for me too, Gabriele, because I mean, as you know, you can see the jerseys behind me. I race all over the world, so yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, by this idea that it may be in just in a few months with what you're doing at Pedalitaly, that, as you say, as amateur cyclists, we will have the chance to really ride the roads that we will be racing on in the real Gran Fondos, the UCI World Series, maybe even the UCI Gran Fondo World Championships, rather than having to look at some, map or some, topographical data. We will be able to really ride those routes. And I think, of course, this will be massively interesting also for the professional, world of cycling, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. So I'm very excited. And I have to say, honestly, the experience I've had in the last weeks with Pedalitaly, with the events that you did, I was very, very impressed. For me, I was a little bit of a cynic, I have to say, about virtual cycling, because I hadn't been very inspired by some of the racing I'd done on the other platforms. So for me, it was a big advantage. And the other thing, of course, I was excited about, as we've talked about in this call, was I started to realize there are things that are possible in this virtual world, like the virtual coaching.
Sure.
That is not possible in the real world. The other aspect, of course, was that on Sunday, as you know, Gabriele, I was in a breakaway with Alessandro Ballan. And
Yes.
not some person who called themselves Alessandro Ballan. I was in a breakaway with the real Alessandro Ballan, the former world champion. And the amazing thing there, Gabriele, as you
Jamie,
know,
it was an amazing moment for all of you, because 200 meters before the finish line, it was so exciting, all the situation. So congratulations.
But I tell you,
Jamie.
Gabriele, when I was on that last climb, and my coach Alan Davis said, "You have dropped Alessandro Ballan."
Alan.
I couldn't believe it. And then, as you said, that last few hundred meters again, because what happened in the last few hundred meters of that race, we came on to the Imola Formula One circuit, the real circuit. And for me, the adrenaline, and as you said, the excitement. My coach was watching. I could see the excitement on his face, seeing me be in this real, real world championship environment. And then to go on and take the win was very special. But beyond that, what was even more special for me was that after the race, Alessandro Ballan connected with me on Facebook. Yeah. And he complimented me on the race. I mean, again, this is as an experience as an athlete, to have someone like an Alessandro Ballan, who obviously is I've never met him personally, but for him to have the kindness and the connection to reach out to me afterwards is very special.
But Jamie, my point of view, the community aspect is for sure the most important thing of such a format, because it's very exciting on the occasion of a virtual race or a virtual tour to have people connected at the same time from many different countries around the world, who exchange ideas, sensation, experiences, and so that's amazing. In my point of view, that's really amazing.
No, it's fabulous. So thank you, Alessandro. Thank you very much for not just being in the race, but also for that really kind gesture actually afterwards.
As you know, we had Alessandro as guest connected with us with the Linus, that is one of the most popular DJ in Italy. He's the director of radio DJ. So it was very, very, very nice to stay all together while pedaling along the route of the Imola route.
Very exciting. Very exciting.
It's very amazing.
Well, that's interesting you say that, because, of course, I raced with a former professional on the weekend. However, I was I was chatting with Michael Rogers a few days ago, who is the innovation manager for the UCI. And I was speaking actually to Michael about the experience I'd had with Pedalitaly and what an incredible immersive experience it was. And, he and I were actually brainstorming about what is possible in terms of the future, because, what Michael understands is that with a platform like Pedalitaly, with what you're doing, with Rouvy, there is nothing stopping us actually as amateurs being immersed and racing alongside the professionals in some events or races. And that's something that Michael is also exploring at the UCI in terms of where this will lead us. So, I mean, Gabriele Mirra, you must be incredibly excited to be working in this very innovative space with so many opportunities to be creative and to innovate in the future. So any last words from you about what it has been like for you as an experience? You're a businessman, you're an entrepreneur, but how have the last months been for you? Because it seems, despite the pandemic, it's also inspired you.
Absolutely, like you are saying, for me the last 5 months have been very, very exciting, because we are leveraging on technology in order to create a very amazing approach, a very amazing project. And our target is to enlarge this project all around the world. So it's very tough, but it's amazing. It's exciting. So we are very happy.
Excellent. Okay, Gabriele Mirra, thank you very much for joining us on This Cycling Life. For those of you who have been watching, if you have enjoyed this video, please do give us the thumbs up. Of course, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. And of course, if you would like to look at the forthcoming Pedal Italy events, I'll put a link to Pedal Italy in the comments below. So once again, Gabriele Mirra, thank you very much for joining us on the show.
Thank you very, very much, Jamie.